30 years of age.
Okay, and do you have family or kids?
I do have a 10-year-old child, living with my grandparents in Finglas.
Okay, and what's your thoughts on the future of this country? How do you feel as an Irish person during the current sort of recession that we're having?
And stuff. Well, I'm not suffering myself, but the likes of, I've seen a lot of cutbacks lately, and I feel it for the people that are at a loss because of the recession.
Who do you think is being hit the worst?
The next generation. The next generation, really.
So what do you think is the worst element of our state? What's run the worst or run the best?
Everything seems to be run the worst, whether it be at the expenses of the TDs, the public sector, whether it be health, or, you know, the social welfare end of it. The whole lot basically needs complete change.
Is there anything in this country which you feel is run well?
Anything that's run well, the buses. That's about it.
Compared to other countries, you feel that our bus services...
No, that was a lie.
John, are you from Dublin?
Yes.
John, what do you think of the current state of the country in terms of how the government runs things, or what's your concerns for the future?
Well, it's a disgrace, you know. I mean, it's just the entire country is a disgrace, and there's no, you know, because the reason is that all they're concerned is keeping themselves in power so that they can milk it for all it's worth. And, you know, that's all they're concerned. There's no talk going into running the country or how it's, you know, how to do it, you know.
What's that going to feed it with? Their parents losing houses and stuff.
And have you heard about the government plan for a thing called NAMA?
No.
You haven't?
No, I haven't.
Okay. And if you were to say...
You know, what's good for the people, it's all themselves and their cronies and, you know, and that's it.
And if you felt there were people who were particularly greedy or sort of to blame, like, who would be on your list?
Well, it's obvious, the likes of a hen going back through time, all the, you know.
You definitely see it as a political issue rather than one of banks or otherwise, or...
Yeah, but they're all in it together.
You've lived in Ireland most of your life?
Yeah, I've lived in Dublin for about 10 years now.
Okay, and what do you think, what are the changes that you're seeing in the last year or two?
I have a lot less money to spend at the end of the month.
Okay.
Whereas I used to be able to save money at the end of the month, I can't save money now. I'm just waiting for the next pay packet to come in.
Did you get wage cuts in the last?
No, it's different levies, pension levies, health levies, the increase in taxes, things like that.
So I'm assuming if you have a pension levy, you're a state worker?
Yeah.
How angry are you at the way that people interpret sort of the people who work in the public sector, or are you angry? Do you care?
Okay, I don't care. I think, to be quite honest, I go in and do my job and that's it.
And what area?
At this stage now, after the destruction that they've done to the economy, and they're still making the ordinary people that have nothing to do with it. You know, it's every time. It's not just now. It's going back to the 70s and all that budget that Hottie brought out in 77.
Are you working yourself?
No, not at the moment, no.
And you feel like, should the state be looking to make jobs or looking to get us out of the hole that we're in, or what's...
Well, of course they should be looking at it, but they're not going to, because they're not going to start targeting the people who have, you know, it's always going to be the ordinary people, the working class, that are going to have to, you know, wear the sackcloth and all the rest of it. And
where do you feel the problems arose from? Do you feel it was just that's the way that the world went, or was it our state in particular, or what's your feelings on it?
The government is a shambles. I just think there's a lot of slying going on, and lots of people making money, and it's getting it's like boy robberies, just getting washed under the carpet. And they're putting gangsters in the paper. They should be putting the people at the top of the country in the paper, the ones that are robbing the country, really.
And on the issue of crime, do you think that does crime get in headlines because it's a good distraction and makes for a good story? Do you feel that the city is more dangerous now or less dangerous?
More. I think it's going to kind of, more.
And you feel that's connected in any way to, is it drugs, or is it just societal breakdown, or what's the problem?
No, I wouldn't necessarily blame it on drugs. I'd blame it on Lots of things.
As
Lots of
soon as
things.
their sacrifices begin to pay off, they're back in again with their snouts, you know, before the economy even has a chance. And you know, the discrimination against working class people, you know, Dublin people in particular, you know, you
Have you found that yourself though, that people would maybe not give you a job as quick as another person based on your background?
Yeah, well, I mean, people from, say, the inner city, you know, they're not even just Dublin, Cork, Limerick and all. I mean, it's generations of neglect. They're talking about all these guns and gangs and crime and all the rest of it. That shouldn't be happening in a little country with you know, with less than 4 million people. That's